And here we go, spawning up at the top right. Currently teamless, it is the red Protoss player, SKillous.
And his opponent in the bottom left. Give it up for Platinum Heroes, AqueroN. In the blue.
And he is sending out one SCV. Is it going to be more than one? Is it going to be just the one? Nope, it's just going to be one. Will this be a Proxy Rax Reaper? Normally, I would say absolutely yes. But with it being AqueroN, a player who's got a lot of weapons in his arsenal, a lot of one-base builds in his arsenal, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it's one Rax on the map, then another one at home, or even if it is the build where it is single Reaper, and then you go for the Tech Lab into the Marauder, you build the factory at home, start pumping out Hellions, and then you get a medevac and you just go for a big one-base all-in with this. It is tough to stop, and it is powerful.
Oh, that is for sure steadfast. One thing it's not going to be is the Proxy Marauder with the Psych Out where you make it look like an expand, which we've been seeing a bit more. But that's more on the Korean side.
Well,
but this is certainly a potential for a one-base all-in.
It still could be that Psych Out. I mean, you start with the one Reaper regardless, and then you go from there. We'll see if he follows it up with anything else. I am pretty sure, though, SKillous is going to be on high alert saying, you know what, I need to figure something out. Will be a full wall here. So SKillous will not be able to get behind it and see if there is an expansion coming out in the main base. He won't be able to force that Reaper to come home and see exactly where things are on the map. SKillous did elect to go for a Zealot first. All right, here's the big moment of truth. Does he drop a Tech Lab? Oh, he does. It's going to be that Marauder play. And the Zealot has started to move out. Okay, now it is up to SKillous. Can he figure out what is going on? He starts the Warp Gate up. He is chrono boosting out a Stalker. The thing is, with Warp Gate started, that means he's probably not going Stargate, and Stargate is one of the best shutdowns of this build there is. If it's a Twilight Council, that takes a very long time for you to gain value for that. Now, Stalkers are going to be better against this in theory because they are better fighting units, but they also take huge bonus damage from Marauders, and they can't shade out of that concussive shells.
Yeah, that said, Steadfast, second gate coming down, like you said, looked like a Twilight, could be a Robo, but regardless, there's no shield battery in the low ground, and honestly, that Zealot would be really helpful in the fight on the other side.
Yeah, I would.
Unfortunately, it's going to be fighting a Hellion.
I wouldn't mind V-calling it right now. Maybe check the ramp, see if there's a Tech Lab or anything, and then see if he can recall. He gets a lot of vision, sees there's no command center. It would have to be like over here, which is so far away. And I think that's enough information for SKillous to know. Yeah, he drops a shield battery defensively at the front. Concussive shells is done. So too are two Marauders. SKillous, as long as he plays this carefully, yeah, he's even getting a third gateway, funnily enough, on the other side of the map, but it's still going to be extra production. Ooh, probes are going to get pulled. Grenade is pretty good, but the shield battery... Oh, will be forced to be canceled. He still does get one of the Marauders, and this is worth it. The probes have done their job. He's going to lose a lot of them, but that is totally fine because he has killed two of the Marauders. I feel like already most of this push's power has been neutralized. Yeah, SKillous, he's going to take some damage. 7 probes go down, but AqueroN will not kill. I think at this point, AqueroN needs to expand out of this. He's done enough damage to do so, but now SKillous should be able to make that read. Should know that AqueroN is probably going to macro out of it, and I think you just start chrono boosting probes.
Yeah, he can put a little pressure on, but he doesn't have to fully commit. And one thing, going concussive shell opener, you know, he doesn't really have any bio units back home still.
Wait, did he just lose another? Oh, no, it was just one more probe. Okay, I was like, wow, did he just lose another 8 Hellion somehow? Or another 8 probe somehow? But no, it was just an additional probe going down somewhere, maybe a scouting probe. This 3-gate Stalker pressure on the counterattack, with the Liberator not at home and the Siege Tank not yet done, SKillous might just kill him right now. AqueroN is going to pull the SCVs. He goes for the wraparound, will get one Stalker, but he is going to lose so many SCVs for this. The tank will siege, and that will push his opponent away. But 7 kills are going to go on down. AqueroN doesn't get any probe damage, only a little bit of lost mining time on the other side of the map. And with the command center having to be canceled, SKillous is now so far ahead. And the fact that he killed one of these depots and AqueroN didn't immediately rebuild, and he killed the Tech Lab, SKillous might just try and tank with this Adept Shot or Adept Shade and just try and win the game. And in fact, if he can get the Widowmine to fire as well as forces the tank to go off. Actually, okay, he doesn't get the Widowmine to fire, but he gets it to unsiege, which is even better because now he doesn't even get the Adept kill. Oh, that was actually anti-micro right there from AqueroN. It would have been better if he just left the Widowmine burrowed, because at least it would have killed the Adept.
Yeah, mistakes were made, and that being said, the Liberator goes down. This couldn't go any worse for AqueroN.
Yeah, oh, nice little attempt to bait forward into the tank fire. Ooh, only gets one shot from that tank. Good job from SKillous to respond. And now he's going to get charge instead of blink. That surprises me a lot, and I don't think he needs to do that. Maybe he's just thinking he can kill his opponent by going for charge and just pumping out like 10 gate Zealot, because he is getting a third Nexus, and he's going to be pumping out a lot of gateways behind us. But I really feel like he's in a very good position, well set up to go for blink behind us. Ooh, does lose one Stalker right there. Will lose another. Gets 2 landed Vikings. That's actually still worth it for SKillous.
Yeah, SKillous is traded so well, delayed this natural for seemingly forever. He has the proxy gate too, keep that in mind, Steadfast. So as these gateways and charge comes in, he's even getting a Templar Archives. I think he can just do it with sheer brute force. Yeah,
that's what he's going to be going for here. Yeah, it's just going to be a Charge Lot Archon bust, and I agree. Look at what... That's the thing too, actually, is that Charge Lots against tanks with no support for them, the Charge Lots are just going to murder this. Maybe you pop one Archon in front. Like, SKillous should just run him over right now. In basically, I will be surprised, actually, if AqueroN lives past the 8-minute mark at this. Well, actually, is that... Oh, he's getting stormed. Never mind. I retract my statement. He's going to play this out a little slower. But if he had just warped in, like, 8-gate charge Archon, I think he would have just run him over.
Yeah, actually, that being said, there's 2 gateways finishing up, so I think he just is still waiting, but he could have done a few Zealot warp-ins, and I still hope he does so, because these tanks are going to go right in position. But it's scouted.
SKillous was bluffing to see if maybe the tanks would go down the ramp. He was trying to show that he didn't have vision. That was a very cute little mind game from SKillous. And AqueroN now figures out that there's an observer here. I think maybe as SKillous, you should have just moved this observer, basically now, because now this happens. AqueroN was just waiting for orbital command energy, and AqueroN, I think he's just going to go for a big push. Maybe even pulls the boys. But against this, SKillous will have Storm. So there's like no hope for this push.
No, he's got Storm. He has not really an army. Well, yeah, he's gonna have an army lead. He can just warp in and even do a charge lot run by on the foul up, and I think that's just gonna be the GG as the armies meet in a chart. Well,
yeah, no, I agree. I think a small charge lot warp in would be great. The only thing is he doesn't know when the move out's coming, so he can't really be sure. That's why he's got this probe on patrol on the map. That's why he's got this pylon here. That's why he's scouting with the Phoenix. He wants to see if there's maybe a third command center, if AqueroN is doing something different. And in fact, he sees that it is 2 more barracks, and now the SCVs will be pulled. AqueroN is going for it. SKillous, now he even knows exactly where the army is. He knows it must be in this little pocket, and if he can land even 1 or 2 big storms, this army will just evaporate. He does need to be a little bit careful. These tanks could cause some problems. Nice scan comes in from AqueroN. SKillous is outmining his opponent by such a huge margin. SKillous, doesn't want to move forward with these high Templar. Nice split on them. Storms, are going to try and land. This might be the fight that AqueroN was looking for. It is, and it's still not going to be enough. SKillous will still just power through this. The Archon does go down, and the Immortals are being target fired. It's as good of a fight as AqueroN could have ever asked for, and it still is just a crushing victory for SKillous.
Oh, absolutely. SKillous just... Honestly, I'm a little disappointed he took the time he did, Steadfast. Again, like you said, and both of us said, he didn't need to go to Storm, build an Archon, and just do a couple charge lot warp-ins, and that would have been probably over 2 minutes before.
Yeah, but I don't blame SKillous for playing it safe because, you know, you see a lot of your opponent's army, but you don't know. Maybe they're hiding like 10 Marines somewhere. Maybe you've underestimated something. It's a bit of a weird game. I think SKillous was pretty confident he probably would have won with just a big charge lot bust, but he respected his opponent enough to say, you know what, I'm going to make you come to me. You are going to come to me. He knows who AqueroN is as a player, and he was right. He was right. He gets up to that storm. It wasn't that high impact, but it still forced the engagement, and that was always SKillous fighting without a battery overcharge. That was SKillous fighting rather forward on the map, so he didn't have as many warp-ins as he could have had, and he still frickin' crushed it.
No, absolutely. You can't fault a player with patience, and I think that is something that we're seeing a lot of our players win so far.
Yeah, and it's an important match, so patience is always the more prudent option. Now, there are times where players that are in a massive lead are overly patient, and it costs them. We saw that happening to Geralt a little bit, but did not happen here. Here we go. Game number 2, last game of the day for EU. NA will be coming up after this in about 42 minutes. We have spawning up at the top left for the Platinum Heroes, it's AqueroN.
And his opponent in the bottom right. Teamless at the moment. He's red. He's Protoss. It's SKillous.
And with a win here, he pretty much locks up a playoff spot. I expect SKillous, I think most of us expect SKillous to pretty easily cruise into the playoffs, even after his first match loss where he tweeted out, it was a little bit sad. It made me sad because he's a great human being and a great person and a great player. Tweeted out, he was like, don't expect anything from me, guys. Like, I feel like I haven't been able to focus at all. And he dropped his first series, and then from that point on, he came back and, you know, won his next 3 series, and now he's on the verge. It's a little early to say on the verge, but he's up 1-0 in his 4th series. Very strong potential to clinch the playoffs right here. And, I mean, yeah, it's good to see him bouncing back, even though, to me, it's not really a bounce back because, let's be real, we know how good SKillous is. He's ridiculously good.
Oh, yeah, SKillous is, to me, he feel in his own right. I know, obviously, we've had the hero build and such for a bit. SKillous kind of has that kind of pace feel sometimes, like, it's, for example, PVZ, to me anyway, of kind of like the European hero, not so much like in some of the matchups, but like PVZ. PVT is obviously quite good, and obviously the favorite player here. But yeah, just an absolute, a great player, a gentleman, a scholar. Saw the tweet as well. Yeah, but I think he's going to come and give us a surprise. Not surprising to us, it sounds like, but maybe to many, a really good showing, even with the start to a moral low ground, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I think for anyone who knows SKillous well as a player, they know that he is very capable. This is a problem right now, though. We have got a 1-base. This looks like a 1-base 2-1-1. Is AqueroN gonna... Oh, now... Wait, what? Oh, no. Okay, it's just gonna be... Okay, yeah. It would take forever to build a tech lab. But this is going to be... Did I say 1-1-1? I meant 2-1-1. This is going to be a very aggressive all-in off 1 base, and SKillous did go for the Twilight Council. I mentioned in game number 1 that is not a great building for you against 1 base pushes. The probe does scout the front, but doesn't really see anything relevant. Sees that there's no command center on the low ground, but that doesn't tell you that much. He is looking around for proxies, thinking like, hey, maybe you could be doing a proxy Hellion or something. He's going to chrono boost out his blink, but that will not be done for at least the first wave of this push, I think. It probably is going to finish up relatively soon, but the Cyclone from AqueroN is very interesting to me. I feel like he had to go for that in response to a potential Stargate, but it does mean that this timing doesn't have as much punch or hit as early.
Yeah, you know what this push reminds me of? And a shout out to a player. I have to do it. This reminds me of Han Mano.
Yes.
I've seen him do this quite a bit. He did it with the Banshee, with the tank, with the Viking follow-up, sometimes a Liberator, and this just unstim Marine push. I think SKillous might be okay, but this is, as you said, it's tougher to hold than you'd think when you open Twilight and Blink.
Yeah, no, he will have the blink done relatively soon. Oh, he sees the medevac, doesn't see most of the army, though. And there is a tank in this medevac. This is looking kind of nasty. He does get the Immortal on the way, but there's only one pylon powering this this shield battery, this gateway, and this Immortal. We are going to see probes coming into the fight, and the battery overcharge is actually helping out a lot. We do see the target fire on the medevac. Doesn't get the kill on it, but he will really start to break down this army. Actually, with the battery overcharge, he is going to be able to take down that tank. Blink does complete now. Immortal is going to be hitting the field very soon. Ooh, no, he will actually lose this. Didn't reinforce the pylon. SKillous, I mean, how many... Does he really only have the 3 stalkers? Wait, there's a 4th. Okay, he just finished warping it in. He will be able to warp in more units soon, and the Blink Micro can micro against this indefinitely, and actually canceled the Immortal to get more money, so I like that very much. He knew he wasn't going to get this out anytime soon. Does lose one of the stalkers, but I think he can kite against this effectively enough such that this should be fine. Yeah, with no bunker done. Ooh, this tank, though. This tank does complicate things once again.
Yeah, I would have liked to see an SCV pulled with this, though. The bunker didn't finish. Could have maybe repair a couple SCVs. Yeah, there they are, but a little too late. Steadfast.
I would agree. I think it actually is a lot too late. This Adept is actually going to kill like 3 of the Marines. That is pretty nice right there. Good micro from SKillous on the stalkers, and with that, he will hold comfortably and without problem. GG gets called.